Hi everyone, today I will be giving you a tour of my house.
Shut up, Joe. You don't have long to live here. There's a new election coming up, so you might as well start packing your bags.
Blah, blah, blah. You can talk all you want, Donald, but we all know the moon would sooner fall to Earth than you become president again.
Trust me, Sleepy Joe, you can live in a smaller house than this one just to sleep and eat ice cream.
I'm surprised you didn't sell all the furniture when you lived here for 4 years. I'm glad everything's safe now.
Look at that, Joe. I bet with your bad memory, you still don't even remember where the bathroom is in this big house.
Oh, I didn't forget. There's a picture of you in it.
Joe, what's it like to realize you live in a house that's younger than you are? I'm sure so old it caught Christopher Columbus.
Haha. I may be old, but the only portrait of you that might be in the White House in the future is your mugshot.
I'm sure you're just jealous because I have at least one good picture.
Oh, believe me, Donald, if you live in the White House, you have no reason to be jealous of anyone. You wouldn't understand that.
But what are you using all these rooms for, Joe? I'm sure you'd be much more comfortable in a nursing home.
Donnie, I think you put too much self-tanner on your saucy face. If I ever get into a nursing home, you'll probably be in jail at that time.
Even in prison, I'd be a better president than you, Joe.
At least from a jail cell, it's not as convenient to post your disgusting tweets, is it?
All these rooms look absolutely ridiculous, Joe. When I was president, this building looked like a palace, and now it's a typical 100-year-old ice cream man's house. I suggest you hire a good designer.
It is more important to me that the country looks good than the interior of the White House, Donald. We are different.
Look at that view from Joe's window. I'm sure the grass was greener when I was there, and the water in the fountain was cleaner.
I'm sure you've done nothing but stare out the window, Donald. I don't think you can do anything else but that.
Don't be mad, Joe. I think by at least one measure, you'll be the best presidency ever. No one has ever eaten this much ice cream in a year in this house. I think that's the only award you're going to get.
Better that award than the most narcissistic person in the history of America. Although knowing you, you'd be proud to accept that too.
This place looks like a confusing maze. Tell me honestly, Joe, do you use a paper map to find your way out? I think people your age usually do.
It's funny, Donald, but the only map I have is a map of your house where you hid secret documents. I think the police could use it.
And that's not funny, Joe. Let's forget about the maps.
I have no doubt that during your presidency, Donald, there would be a terrible stench in this house. That would be your style.
I think you stink so bad the White House staff won't go near you, Joe. Maybe that's why your son is here so often, because he's used to it.
Oh, Donald, there are no words in the English language to express how much you annoy me. I can't believe you used to live in this house.
However, the roof of this house is magnificent. I remember walking here in the evenings. I'm sure your knees are so sore from old age that you didn't even climb that high up here.
My knees are so healthy, I'd gladly kick your ass when you're packing to get out of here.
Joe, I'm so tall that your squat little legs will only reach my calves.
But you're right about one thing, Donald. The roof of this house is wonderful. I'm sure you'd like to build a golf course here, but luckily they won't let you.
You know, I've got a place to play golf, but I don't think you've ever lived in a house this nice because I'm the only billionaire here.
I don't think your billions of dollars will do you any good in prison, Donnie. But don't worry. I'll give you a laptop so you can play Minecraft and not get bored in there.
I was actually surprised you knew computers existed, Sleepy Joe. I was sure you were still sending paper letters with owls.
I'd rather use paper letters than go to the same barber than you, Donald. Your hair is awful.
Thanks for the compliment, Joe. But look at this. It looks like the cars are already parked near the White House exit. Knowing you, you're probably using them to make a quick ice cream delivery.
I'm sure when you were president, you were given 2 cars, one for you and the other for your huge ego.
Oh, don't make it up, Sleepy Joe. When I was president, I had enough money to use a cartage of Rolls Royces. I'm sure you can't afford one.
But I can afford to go on vacation to Miami a few times a year to avoid using self-tanning creams.
But I'm sure more than one anti-wrinkle cream won't fix your old face, Joe. So just out of respect for retirees, I would let you rest at least all year round.
Just look at that beautiful lawn across from the White House, Donald. I'm sure the grass and trees will calm even a man as unstable and insane as you.
Yes, I remember loving this garden so much. I hate to think of some sleepy retired guy walking around here now. Be honest, Joe. How often have you mistaken this fountain for a bathtub and bathed here?
As often as you've tried to catch fish here, Donald. Seems like the only quiet place in the White House I like to be here.
The only thing I like is imagining you leaving this beautiful place forever. I'm sure you can't even tell the color of the trees without your glasses.
But I'll be able to tell the color of your red, angry face when you lose me the election again and I get to live here for another 4 years.
I hope that doesn't happen. As long as you live here, I think even your house is starting to look a little gray, like the color of your hair. Well, either your maidservants don't clean it well.
Donald, I'd invite you to stay for a week, but knowing your disgusting temper, I'm sure all my assistants wouldn't stand for it and resign.
I don't need any pleasantries from you, Joe. I'm sure there's only one strongest president in this truly excellent house. And next year, I'll do my best to kick you out.
Well, good luck, Donnie. I'm sure you won't succeed. But now get out of my house. Your tour time is over. I think I got fresh ice cream.